When we were first walking through this building, I think it looked like a great place to shoot a horror movie. Paint was chipping off of the walls, holes everywhere, debris all over the floor, birds flying through it. It was clearly a severely neglected asset. Combine that with these beautiful bones of this building, with these amazing high ceilings, amazing arch windows. It wasn't that difficult to see the vision that you could take this building and turn it into something beautiful. Hi, welcome to the Hartby in Brooklyn, New York. Come on in. We see Bed-Stuy as kind of really a widening of the circle where young people want to live.
My name is Udi Kore.
My name is Matt Linde, and we spent about $104 million converting a historic Catholic college into luxury apartment community in Brooklyn, New York. So we're standing in front of the historic entrance. This was the original entrance to St. John's University.
Hartby is the combination of the streets Hart and Willoughby.
There's 114,000 plus or minus square feet of apartment space, with another 20,000 square feet in the garage. And the first tenants started moving in at the beginning of May 2025. 62 of the 205 units are going to be rented to tenants making 130% of the area median income or less, and those units are only able to be rented if you apply to a housing lottery in order to get them.
The sources of funding for the project were a construction loan and also private equity into the project.
After St. John's left, I think the adjacent church really struggled to figure out what to do with it.
It cost us about $3.7 million to take over the project from the previous developer and structure a new agreement with the Archdiocese to complete this renovation. Welcome to one of the model units at the Hartby. Come on in. This is the kitchen where we wanted to provide our tenants with all the amenities, great appliances, really nice stonework, a lot of light. This is one of the living rooms, really big windows to bring in natural light and enough space to entertain. Let's go into the bedroom. We tried to provide a lot of natural light as well as big closets and a great view. Here we have a full-size washer dryer and our bathrooms. We tried to keep the context of the historical perspective with retro mirrors, as well as a combination of metal, wood, and stonework that creates a more relaxing atmosphere.
So right now we're in one of our horizontal extension units. This was originally the facade of the building, built in the 1870s. And you get this beautiful exposed brick with some of this ornate brickwork that they don't really do anymore, which is, we think, one of the coolest features of the building.
This is another unit at the Hartby we call the chapel unit because this was the main window for the school chapel for the St. John's school that was here before.
Welcome to the cupola unit. We decided to take a studio apartment, throw some stairs in the middle, and have it kind of wind its way up to this beautiful round room. As you can see, it's got a 360-degree view with windows. We did some millwork on the ceiling to restore the kind of historic charm with a fan and some uplighting and some great views of downtown Brooklyn and Manhattan from up here.
Welcome to the courtyard. It really creates a place for people to relax in what is a Romanesque revival architecture. You can see the original church that's adjacent to our property.
So right now we're standing in kind of the secret winter garden that connects our building to the historic church.
Welcome to the roof deck with beautiful views to Manhattan, as well as the historic St. John's Church, which is right behind us. We still have to finish the rooftop and just some little things in the courtyard. But other than that, I mean, the building is fully complete.
There were definitely points where we kind of thought twice about whether we had made the right decision to getting into this, given some of the challenges we encountered.
I guess the biggest challenge we encountered was connecting the older wing to the new building. In order to create a new building, you have to dig the foundation for the new building.
A 150-year-old building and a 20-foot hole. And the building wants to fall into the hole. Why we had to build a big hole was for the parking. You'd walk through, some of this building, and when it would rain outside, it would rain inside. And the building was leaking. It was a huge commitment of capital in order to make the building even the slightest bit functional to the point where it could be safe, where it could even be habitable. I think our initial budget for the project was probably right around 95 million for kind of all in, and we wound up at about 104. What really hurt us on the budget side of this project was it took longer than we expected. We probably wound up, somewhere between 6 to 12 months longer in time than we originally projected. I think right now all of the cash flow from the building is going towards bridge debt service because we're only 50% occupied. I think once we're more occupied, we do expect that the cash flow from the building will be greater than the debt service after expenses. When we first took over the project, the existing church and the school were owned by the Catholic Church, and there was a religious exemption on taxes. We actually split the lots so that the church maintained their exemption on the church, but we were taxed as any other operator of real estate gets taxed. The current tax bill for the property is around $700,000 a year in property taxes. They own the land. We have leased the building. We have the rights to do construction, to operate it for a full term of 99 years. And at the end of the 99 years, unless the church agrees to let us extend it and sign another lease, the leasehold then will return to the Catholic Church. I think you look at a lot of the new construction that happens around Brooklyn, and a lot of it looks very similar, a lot of glass exteriors, a lot of steel framed. I think making the decision to continue the new wing in brick has really been appreciated by the local population here.
The church's reaction to the transformation of the building, I think they were a little bit at awe when they came in here because they've seen it so in disrepair for so many years. They really felt like we did what we said we're going to do, which is to preserve as much of it as possible so it will never be forgotten, yet creating these beautiful spaces for young people to come in and live in and flourish and create their lives. It's one of those landmarks that will hopefully be part of Brooklyn forever.